If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join the community. You won't want to miss what happens next in this emotional story about family, secrets, and second chances. Imagine growing up surrounded by every luxury imaginable: private jets, endless wealth, and a life most people only dream of, yet still feeling completely alone. That was my world. Hi, I'm Ava from Belarus. And yes, I'm incredibly rich. Our family owns private jets that can fly me to Korea anytime I want. Why Korea? Because that's where all the most handsome guys seem to be. Who knows, maybe one day I'll meet the love of my life there. But despite all the privilege, I was raised by a single dad, and that brought its own quiet loneliness. Dad loved me, but his multi-million-dollar business kept him constantly busy. I still remember running to him with my drawings, full of pride. "Look, Dad, I made this for you." "Wow, honey, that's the cutest elephant I've ever seen." "But it's a horse." "Of course it is. We'll buy you a real horse today." "No, Daddy, I don't want a horse. I drew you an elephant." "Right, baby. Daddy's put on a little weight, but you don't have to call me an elephant. I'll start working out soon. Now go play. Daddy has to earn all this money to keep his little princess happy." Yet I wasn't happy. I had everything money could buy, but no real family. Every time I saw other kids laughing with their parents, it hurt deeply. When I was 9, on my way to school, I watched a classmate jump out of his mom's small car. He noticed me staring and smiled. "Whoa, your ride is insane. It must feel amazing showing up in that every day." "Yeah, my dad got it for my birthday." "Was that your mom?" "Yup." "Lucky you. I don't have a mom. That's why I look like a sad puppy right now." "Oh, I didn't either. I used to live in an orphanage until a kind couple adopted me. Now they're my parents." "So you got a family from an orphanage?" "Basically, you stay there for a while and someone special eventually chooses you. See you in class." His words planted a dangerous idea in my head. If I wanted a family, maybe I just needed to wait in an orphanage until someone picked me. The moment I walked in, the receptionist looked surprised. "Sweetie, are you lost?" "No, I'm here to get adopted. Do I need a form? I'd prefer a family with a fun grandma and a gentle dog." She called the police. Soon Dad arrived to take me home. "Ava, what were you thinking?" "I thought that's how you get a family." "I am your family." "No, you're not. You barely spend time with me. You never drop me at school. My classmate's adopted mom does it every day. I thought if I waited long enough, someone would choose me too." After that, Dad tried to be more present, but work always pulled him away, so he hired a nanny, Maria. At first, I tried everything to scare her off. I hid her phone, salted her tea, and faked allergies to her cooking. But Maria never reacted. She just smiled, cleaned up, and kept going. Then one night, I got terribly sick. Dad was away and couldn't return until morning, so Maria stayed with me. "You can leave if you want. I'm used to being alone." "I'm not leaving you with a fever. Besides, your room is much nicer than mine. Mind if I watch Moana on your TV?" "Moana? That's my favorite too." That night, curled under my blanket with the best chicken soup I'd ever tasted, something changed. Maria became more than a nanny. She helped with school, picked me up, attended events, and told wonderful stories during backyard campouts. Life finally felt warm and complete. I was doing well in school and truly happy, until my 17th birthday. Dad came home with a surprise. "Sweetheart, this is Cynthia and her daughter Maddie. We're getting married soon." "You're what? Why am I only hearing this now?" I wanted to be sure first. "But what about me?" "Big sis, we're going to be a real family. I've always wanted a big sister. You'll let me borrow your clothes, right?" Sure." Soon Cynthia and Maddie moved in. Maddie was loud and full of energy, while Cynthia was calm with an unsettling smile that made me uneasy. Dad looked happier, so I tried to adjust. On the wedding day, I was ready to give my toast, but Maddie grabbed the mic first. "I can't thank the Lord enough for my new dad. Can I call you Dad?" "Of course." "And my sister Anna. It's Ava, but Anna sounds cuter. You guys watch MSA? It's the best. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm so happy to call this family line." Then she burst into dramatic tears, and the whole room joined her. At first, I thought she was just excited, but she quickly went too far. "Ava, look, I fixed your dress. Doesn't it look cooler now?" "That was my mom's dress." "I'm sorry. I loved the color but cut the frills. You're not mad, right?" I was, but I stayed silent. A few days later, she complained her room felt too small and begged to share mine. Within an hour, she had taken over everything, my closet, my makeup, and even clung to me at school. It became suffocating. If you've ever felt crowded out in your own home, drop a comment below and share your thoughts with us. I started hiding from her. Maria found me one evening. "What are you doing here?" "I'm hiding. Maddie is like 10 hyper toddlers in one body, and Cynthia's smiles creep me out. Dad seems happier with them, and I don't matter anymore." "Talk to your dad. He loves you. But first, I saved you some souffle." That night, I rehearsed my words, but the next morning, Dad confronted me angrily with a recording Maddie had secretly made of my conversation with Maria. "You were bad-mouthing her to the maid?" "I only said I felt suffocated. I just need time to adjust." "You wanted a family, and now it's too much?" The argument ended with Dad saying he didn't want to see me. He left for an overseas meeting shortly after. That evening, Maria rushed in. "Your dad's plane is missing." The news was everywhere. 30 minutes after takeoff, it vanished from radar. I collapsed in tears. The next days were a nightmare. I searched everywhere for answers, but Cynthia and Maddie acted like nothing happened. They threw parties and mocked my sadness. Cynthia even started changing the entire house, new furniture, strange paintings, and firing most of the staff. Only Maria stayed. Like this video if you can relate to feeling pushed aside in your own home, and share it with your friends so they can watch the full story too.
Maddie's 15th birthday turned the house into chaos. When I asked how she could celebrate while Dad was missing, she said he wasn't her real father anyway. I snapped, throwing her dresses out the window. We fought, I got grounded, but I still got revenge by spiking the party food with chili and pepper. Watching her reaction was satisfying, yet later that night, I wondered if this was my life now. Passing Cynthia's room, I overheard her talking to Maddie. "What if she poisons me one day?" "Relax, she won't be around much longer. I found out Ava is adopted. She's not even his biological daughter. As his legal wife, we can take everything when the time comes." The words hit hard. I was adopted. The next morning, I searched Cynthia's room and found the papers, but they revealed nothing about my real parents. I went to the orphanage, but they refused to give information. As I left in tears, a familiar classmate approached. Liam, the guy always building gadgets at lunch. He offered to help find my parents through his dad's detective agency in exchange for help getting into a tech convention. We made a deal. That night, we snuck into the orphanage. The computer had no records of me. While leaving, we hid and saw Maria shaking hands with the receptionist, thanking her for deleting the records. I confronted Maria at home. She admitted she knew I was adopted, but believed some truths were better left hidden. Hurt and angry, I fired her. The next morning, she was gone. I locked myself away, heartbroken. A week later, Liam found me and revealed that Maria had worked at the orphanage and had a famous sister who disappeared around the time I was born. The timeline suggested she could be my mother. I tried calling Maria but got no answer, so we went back to the orphanage. The receptionist gave us her address. At a quiet house on the outskirts, Maria opened the door. She finally told me the truth. Her sister was my biological mother. She had run away young to become an actress, got involved in scandals, and left me with Maria when I was a baby. Maria tried raising me but couldn't, so she placed me for adoption. Later, she tracked me down and took the nanny job just to be close to me again.
I hugged her tightly. "You've always been like a mom to me. Knowing we're family makes me even happier." Maria cried and agreed to come home, not as a maid, but as family. She also revealed she had investigated Cynthia and discovered she was a con artist who had scammed multiple men. Dad was her next victim. We confronted Cynthia during one of her parties. Maria presented the evidence. Cynthia tried to fight back, claiming legal rights, but we proved her previous marriage was still valid, making hers to Dad invalid. She and Maddie were forced to leave. Police later arrested Cynthia at the airport for fraud. Maddie, being underage, received community service and foster care. Life slowly returned to normal, but we still had no news of Dad. Hope was fading, until one day at school, Liam ran up to me. "Ava, there's a man looking for you." My heart raced. Outside stood Dad. I ran into his arms. He explained the plane had made an emergency landing on a remote island due to technical issues. During that time, he realized how much he had neglected me for work. I promised things will change. He also learned about Maria being my aunt and accepted her fully. "Blood or not, you've always been my daughter, and I love you." I hugged him again, realizing family isn't only about blood. It's about the people who never leave your side. What do you think will happen next? Leave your predictions in the comments, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified about future stories.